Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long boys blues, 1975. Using girls on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends used to bug. Long boys blues, 1975.
Hey YouTube, Longboys Post 1975 and welcome to a system overview video. I had no intention of making one of these videos today. I certainly had no intention of even buying this unit. I am aware of them as a thing because of many sort of searches on Amazon. But basically, this morning I went to B&M, Bargains and More, if you're not from United Kingdom. Kind of an ambient grocery store with electronics, toys, garden stuff, dog food and things like that. The sort of, the ambient grocery section is pretty much like, a mainstream supermarket section. But the interesting stuff like electronics, sort of furniture, things like that, toys, I would say is all sort of last line stock clearance. So it's kind of older stuff than what you would get the equivalent of in other stores, things like Funko Pops, action figures and things like that. But it's probably around about at least 1/3 the price. I really like the store. I go there every Friday and I usually end up spending quite a lot of money. I went there today though because with the specific intention of making a Fat Friday video. Someone at work told me that they sell chocolate covered grubs. You know, those big ass things they make people eat on. I'm a celebrity, I've just been given an absolutely massive tax bill by the Inland Revenue, get me out of here. So I was down with that, I was really down with that. She said that they were at the checkouts. So I got there, looked around, couldn't find them, got to checkouts, couldn't find them, asked the guy, he looked at me blankly like I was weird. To be fair, if they didn't sell them in that version of, or that location of the store, you would sound a bit weird. Where are your chocolate covered maggots, mate? But I saw this. It is basically the My Arcade Pixel player. And there are two versions. There's this one that kind of looks like a Neo Geo Pocket. And there's another one that looks like a Game Boy. Now, you might be familiar with My Arcade if you watch my channel because they're these things. And I absolutely love these things. They're basically mini arcade cabinets, but they have the NES version of the game on them. So anyway, I saw this and I was all over it because it was a tenner. Seriously, it was a tenner. The Game Boy shaped one is a tenner as well. I'm pretty sure they got the same games on. But basically it's got a 2.7 inch screen, headphone jack, speakers and 2 buttons. And here's the interesting thing. It has 300 games, of which 6, is it 6? 6 or 8, I can't remember, are Data East games, or NES ports of Data East games. So what are the other 300? Because I pretty much bought it for these games, to see what these games run like on it, knowing that it's basically just a handheld NES. But what's interesting about the 300 games is there's going to be ones that they've completely knocked together themselves. It's going to be tat. And I like, well, you know me, you've watched my channel, I like tat. And when they have to make up their own games, which are clearly just rip-offs of other types of games, I'm down with that. I really am down with that because, I mean, to be perfectly honest, the majority of them are probably going to be shite. But it's just a fun experience to try them, so I'm not going to go through all 300, obviously. I just realised that the box is magnetic. That's kind of cool. It is very nice packaging. And they do what they do with My Arcades. They stick these really annoying stickers across the front of the screen, I guess to protect it, but they're a pain in the ass to get off. Now, I don't know if you want to pause and read that. I'll try and get rid of the glare, but this is a really nice box, seriously. Plastic hang tab. Yeah, they're spoiling us. So what does it say inside? It includes 300 retro inspired games and 8 Data East classic titles. So it is 8. So it's got Bad Dudes, Caveman Ninja, Burger Time, Karate Champ, B-Wings, never heard of that, Side Pocket, which is a pool game, and Breakthrough. And it's kind of got a pixely effect to it if you look at it, because of the jagged edges and stuff like that. I think that's really kind of cool. I do like that. Can't go wrong for, 10 of your English pounds. Let's open this bad boy up. I know that it takes 4 AAAs. Here's some I conveniently have. And basically, how do I get it out? That's what she said. Try not to cut my fingers off. But yeah, basically, it's going to just be like a handheld version of my arcade, as I said. Just what it is. That's what it says on the box. It's yeah. So I mean, if you're expecting it to be arcade games, then you're going to be disappointed. Well, it's really in there. It's really, really in there. Right. It's backlit screen as well, supposedly. Oh, we'll find out all this governs anyway. But there you go. There's quite a hefty manual. It's probably because in this country by law you have to have every friggin' language in Europe or under the sun or Vulcan or something. But it is a really quite nice, well, yeah, that's in French, you know, manual. All bells and whistles, tells you what you're going to do. Obviously battery packs, 2 battery packs, can you see that? On the back. Quite surprised that it takes 4 AA's, but then having said that, obviously it is backlit. It's very light. It's very light. If I let go of this, I'd imagine it would fly up to the ceiling. That's what I meant. You can see that it kind of looks like a pixel or pixelated or something like that. D-pad's not the greatest D-pad I ever, you know, held in my hands, and the buttons are square. A and B. Square. You know, bold. You went for square buttons. Oh well, can't complain. Right, battery pack open. I was on the impression that, you know, I don't know, it was not going to be, this was all in line or something, but I guess that's, you know, for ergonomics. What do I know? I don't make consoles. Right, now I do know on Amazon, if you look at it on Amazon, because I thought a tenner was quite cheap, and I was curious what it was on Amazon, and they're 20 quid. So there you go. If you want to get one of these, head down to B&M. Obviously it's old stock, so get there sooner rather than later. Right. To be fair, it's not actually that light. I don't just mean because I put the batteries in. Right, let's get the screen protector off. Obviously, it's a picture of burger time, boiger time. Right. 2.7-inch screen. Sorry about the glare and stuff like that. It's a very hard plastic, and it's funny, these kind of cut-off effects, they not make the most comfortable thing, you know, when it sits in your hands, but, you know, what do I know? Oh, look at the volume. Massive raise plus and minus. I just put massive amount of fingerprints on the screen. You can play it. You can't charge it. I certainly wouldn't advise plugging it in when you've got batteries in it, but you can charge it with a power it, I should say, micro USB cable. I'm surprised that maybe there isn't a manual warning that, you know, don't put that in when you've got batteries in it, I guess. Right. Ooh. There you go. Turn it on. There seems to be some sort of light, very faint light, behind the buttons. The screen is definitely, hang on, let's see. There you go, see? Not sure why it's got that, but yeah, screen is definitely backlit. Seems to be quite nice. I will try and capture some game footage. It's got like one of your NES on a chips, basically, which is exactly what it is. You know, whenever you buy knockoff tax, that sort of menu, kind of just a 301 and a thumbnail to the side for the game. But what appears to be on the first screen is the 8 games, licensed games, you know. So if you look, I select Karate Champ, you can see Karate Champ at the side. So that's good to know. They've not mixed them in, because that was a concern actually. If there's only 8 and then there's another 300, have they mixed those in with those 300 and it's in alphabetical order? Because that would be a bloody pain in the ass. Obviously they haven't, so good for them. Right, let's have a look at Bad Dudes. Say, no, press start. You got your start. And select top left buttons there. Probably should have mentioned that. So it's Bad Dudes. I've never actually played the NES version, to be fair. Now, before I try and capture some, let's have for my purpose, have a quick gameplay. Do you know what? The sound quality, I mean, it's good as it can be for a NES, you know. It's loud. It's good. It's not like... I'm at full volume. Go low. That's kind of cool, yeah, it's got a decent sound quality. Whether or not you would think that if I was sat next to you on a bus playing this, but, you know, remains to be seen. But you won't see that because I don't use public transport because it's shit. Right, so yeah, it's a NES on a chip. The screen is very good quality. How do I get down? That would be reset then, wouldn't it? The left button, not select, reset. Good to know. Let's just have a look at another one of these games. Caveman Ninja, or Joe and Mac, if you will. I always knew it was Joe and Mac, but that's because I had the Super Famicom version when I was a kid. Right. Really good screen. I mean, obviously, I'm impressed with it because it cost me a tenner, but you've got to bear in mind that its real price is 20 quid. But for 20 quid, that's a really good screen. Can I skip that? Yeah, apparently I can skip that. Get ready, player one, 3 lives left. Yeah, I used to love this back in the day. To be fair, I didn't even know it was on the NES. It was a pretty decent port. Right, anyway, let's see if I can capture some footage. I'm basically just going to try and use my phone, so, you know, don't expect anything outstanding, and then we'll have a look at some of the knockoff games. So anyway, give me a second and I'm going to see if I can get some hands-on footage for you. Right, hopefully you can see this because I've got it slanted at a slight angle so there's no glare from the light, which obviously I can see on the screen, which means I'm going to suck at this. But yeah, so let's have a look at what we just did. But here's your 8 actual games, and you know, it's your standard NES on a chip sort of interface. Right, so we'll go with Caveman Ninja again because it's probably the game most of you will know best. Caveman Ninja. Skip to the end. Thank you. It resets the sound when you go from the main menu to the games. Hardly you know, a career-ending injury, if you will. Can I skip? Yay! Get ready, player one, 3 lives. So, you know, the screen's more than adequate for, like I said, for 10 or 20 quid. And to be fair, in actual use, the D-pad is alright. I guess it's, you know, it's built to cost, so it's cheap in that sort of aspect. Right, I haven't played this in ages, and I have it on the NES, and it's on my Mega Drive Mini as well. But I remember there being a lot more blokes and less birds, if that's what you can call a dinosaur, a bird. Obviously, there's blokes in the bushes. But this isn't a review of Caveman Ninja, so you press that one, select, or reset, and you go back to the title screen. What other ones are in here? B-Wings. Never even heard of this one. But the sound stays sort of relevant on this one when you go from the menu screen to the actual game. Interesting. Alright, so I've got to press A to start. I have no idea what any of that did. Again, you can't see, but I'm staring at a screen with a massive amount of glare. Oh, it's... So it's a shoot-'em-up, scrolling shoot-'em-up. Kind of makes sense with a name like B-Wings, doesn't it? Either that will be a Return of the Jedi knockoff. Right, so, go back to menu, and what other ones are in here? Right, we're into game list territory now, so... Right, so this is Thunderman. Does that look like a Naruto knot? Have they stolen Naruto artwork? Have they stolen Ninja Gaiden? Or is this a real NES game? Because to be honest, this is better quality than I thought it would be. So maybe it's an actual title. And they've just... you know, sprite swapped it or something. And then slapped Naruto or a Naruto character. I don't even know if it is Naruto at the start of the loading. Alright, well that's better quality than I thought it would be. But this is what I mean. This is the kind of the joy of these things. Is going through all these, like, you know. And I can't even read that. Again, I got a massive light in my face. So they just like I don't know. Reminds me of Rodland. Why can I not turn around? Right, so what do I... Enchanted, is it? Because I don't know. It's shit. It's what it is. Right. I'm just looking at the thumbnails, to be honest. I'm not even reading it now. Oh, is that Cubert? They knocked off Cubert. I can't even read it. Again, a bit light in my eyes. So it's a Cubert knockoff then? No, it's not. Or it is. Do you know what? These knockoff games, oh shit, are I don't know what I was expecting. I've bought some consoles before, like the ones you get in gadget shops, and the games they've made up themselves in those ones are absolutely terrible, much like my game playing skills on this. But yeah, these seem to be alright. Right. And does it keeps you on the screen you're on when you reset, which is good. Right. Oh, pray. Okay, so basically it's depth charge. Only I'm a helicopter. Yeah, well that one's self-explanatory, isn't it? Shizen. Oh, what's that? I just saw a rainbow and thought Rainbow Islands. Speedman! Okay. In your own time? Well, okay, nothing seems to be happening. Quality control's not a thing. What's that one? See, look, they've ripped off, I don't know, what was it? Shark from Finding Nemo or something? I don't know, the one with Will Smith. Magic Pond. I'm a fishing game. Right, so what do I do? I press a button and it does that. I don't know. Kudos for trying something. We'll have a look at one more game and then... Oh, hang on. What's that? It looks like they ripped off the thumbnail has nothing to do with the game. The thumbnail looked like they ripped off Super Shinobi, but hey. I have no idea what's going on. Oh, it's Tron. And I press a button and we all have a fit. What am I doing? Okay, I'm dead is what I'm doing. Right, well, one more, and then we'll round up. Variation. Variation of quality, I guess. Climbing. Okay. I don't know. I can't go left. I can just sort of wig out and get shot. Well, there you go. Let's round up. So, what do I think of it to round up? Well, basically, for a tenner, you can't really go wrong, can you? It's the build quality's alright. It's not gonna, you know, set any awards for quality or anything like that, or win any awards for quality. Build quality is quite nice. It is decent hard plastic. The D-pads, it's not terrible. It's just, again, what you expect for a tenner, or 20 quid I should say, you know, because that's its proper price. You know, it's not terrible. The sound, I'm very, very pleasantly surprised with the sound. Like that. Yeah, and I do like the fact that it's a plus and a minus. The screen, for 2.7 inch screen, the screen on this is absolutely fantastic. Seriously, obviously because of the way I'm capturing it, I'm not doing it justice. Really, really surprised with the screen. Once you've got batteries in, it does feel a bit more, you know, sort of quality. I forgot that. It actually points, look, I'm 8-bit, just in case you were confused. I played a few more games on here than I showed you in that little bit just then. But I can confirm, actually, the majority of them are tacked. They're crap. It's like when you go to sort of gadget shops in the high street that sells sort of boys' toys and things like that. And they've always got these systems and every single game on it is completely made up itself. Most of them are like that. So it's kind of funny just to experience them, because some are just absolute shizenballs. But I was quite pleasantly surprised at how many of them seem to be decent, you know, titles. I'm wondering, because of the kind of title screens like that, and clearly they've stolen images, I would say, off known franchises and things like that. Like that, I'm sure that was a Naruto character. If it's not, I'm sure I'm going to get my ass handed to me in the comment section. And then there was that shark from what's it called? The Will Smith film, things like that. So, you know, there are decent games, and I'm wondering if they are like sprite hacks or sprite swaps or things like that. You know what I mean? But is it worth it? To be fair, you can't go wrong for a tenner, can you? Absolutely can't go wrong. I mean, the only 8 games that are really properly worth playing on it, to be fair, are the Data East ones and the NES ports. So the bottom line is, if you don't like NES, then you're not going to like this, are you? So don't buy it if you don't like NES. But, you know, for a bit of curiosity, for a novelty, I would say it's brilliant. So, I mean, there's a fantastic little present for people. Unfortunately, I've just let the cat out of the bag, haven't I, with the price. So if you get this off one of your mates, everyone, they went to B&M, because they love you a lot. Anyway, I would personally recommend it. I mean, I like my knockoff tat and stuff like this, and just because it says Data East on the box and my arcade, that's what this pretty much is, isn't it? It's Chinese knockoff tat. It's a NES on a chip. So, yeah, is it worth a tenner? Absolutely worth a tenner. Is it worth 20 quid? Well, I didn't pay 20 quid, so I'm happy. I personally would say, if you want one of these, get your ass to B&M, you know, pronto, because I imagine stuff like this, because it's clearance stock, well, won't sit on the shelves very long. They do sell both versions. They sell this and they sell the Game Boy looking versions. And also, I have to say, the box, I was really, you know, the quality of the box it's really, really nice. I mean, not that you really want the box anyway, but you know what I mean. I'm going to keep mine in the box because I like displaying stuff in the box. So, as always, particularly if you have these, I don't know how recent an addition they are to B&M, but yeah, I would love to know what you think. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.